Hello, I am Linden Peacy with the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to Chamber Chat. Here I have Linda from the Watertown Players Community Theater. How are you today?
I'm fine, and thank you very much for inviting us to be part of the Chamber Chat.
Welcome.
We're very excited to be here.
We are excited to have you. So you're going to start off and tell us a little bit about the history of the Watertown Players Community Theater.
Yep, I'd love to. The Watertown Players Community Theater, and we're located on Water Street in the Market. We were founded by Bill Yonke in 1988. So there were no other community organizations that were doing performances at that time, and Bill, who is very well known as being a historian for the town of Watertown, was anxious to do the Octagon House Museum annual shows. And so he founded our company for that purpose. And at that time, it was just that annual show that we did. So, and we continue to do the Octagon House shows around Thanksgiving time every year. So the group decided that they were anxious to continue the acting. We kind of get the bug and then we want to continue doing it. We need to do more. And so some of our group decided that they wanted to do some more performances. So in 1988, one of our members named Brandon Thompson, who was a member of the company since he was a small child, asked for permission to use the company's name to produce the show The Secret Garden. And that was the beginning of us having an annual season.
Wonderful.
So our season usually starts in September, and we plan out all of the shows that we do in that, and we'll talk about that more later. But we perform regular shows, and we perform comedies, and we perform dramas and musicals. And the nice thing about the Watertown Players is that our name says that we're a community theater, and that means that we're here for the community, both to watch our shows and to perform in our shows and to help us with it. So it's a great opportunity for people who don't know that we're here. You can be on stage if that's something that you like to do. You can work with costumes if that's something that you like to do. And you can help with makeup and props and direct shows, and there's so many opportunities for people in the community.
Yeah, you don't have to be an actor, but you could have a special skill that could be utilized in a different way to help the shows go on.
Yes, absolutely, and it's an entirely 100% volunteer organization. Yep, and there's lots of opportunities, and if you haven't been to one of our shows, I strongly encourage you. We've got one coming up very soon. It's a musical comedy, and I think that you would really enjoy it. It's called Don't Hug Me. I'm Pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very funny.
And the Watertown Players Community Theater has been around for?
Since 1988.
Yeah, so you're going to celebrate a very special anniversary soon?
We are indeed. So 10 years ago in October, we moved into the Market. Prior to that, we were a nomadic theater group. So what would happen is when we decided to do a production, we would have to find a location or a venue to have the play in. And we've been at Turner Hall in town. We've been at the Heritage Inn Motel in their basement at one time. We were at the Methodist Church, and we've performed at the Emmanuel Church in their basement too, and many other locations. And that was kind of hard on our company because we would have to build a set and a stage, and then at the end of the show we'd have to take it all down, put it on trailers and move it. So 10 years ago in October, we moved into the Watertown Players Community Theater in the Market. And so we're nestled in the very back of the Market, and we have a lovely stage and a concession area, and if you haven't been there, you would just be surprised to see it. It's really a wonderful venue.
That's so nice to have your own space now. Own space for 10 years.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for telling us about the history of the community theater. And then next, we are going to learn a little bit about the programs that they offer and their upcoming shows.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. It was wonderful hearing from Linda about the history of the Watertown Players Community Theater. Now we have Annette here who's going to tell us a little bit about the programmings and some upcoming shows.
Thanks. And again, thanks for letting us come here today and talk about what we have to offer.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing about the Watertown Players is we have something for everyone of all ages in our community. Our newest project that we have right now is our senior outreach program.
Okay, yeah.
And what we do with this program is it's for people that live in senior apartments or in assisted living facilities. So what happens is the facility can look at our website and they can pick a program that we offer out of our program menu, if you will.
Yeah.
And then we come and perform that program at their facility. Our menu includes things like stories for seniors, radio-style shows, sing-alongs, and a senior song quiz. So we have those options available. And the great thing about this program is there's no cost to the facility for it to have a program. And that's thanks to grants from the Earl and Eugenia Quirk Foundation, as well as the Watertown Chamber of Commerce.
Wonderful.
So it's a wonderful program that we can include seniors into.
Yeah, and provide them a little extracurricular programming, something to look something to look forward to, a little fun and stuff.
Absolutely.
A little extra.
It's
Perfect.
great. And then we have things for the young kids too. So we have a children's theater workshop, and that's for kids from age 6 to 14. And in this program, they do some educational things. We teach them how to, stage directions and some things about the theater. And then they take what they've learned and they do a performance.
That's great.
And the last show that we did with the kids was in December. We did How Santa Got His Christmas Tree and a Charlie Brown Christmas. And it was a lot of fun. And we offer that once a year with the kids. Then for the middle school and high school age kids, we have our youth theater outreach program. There's not really any education with that one. It is just performing a show. We usually do not do musicals for that one, and usually they're comedies. And so it's a great opportunity to give the young performers some stage experience so that when they do go into high school or they do want to do other things, that they have a little bit more experience underneath their belt. And so that's our youth program.
Awesome.
And then we also have, of course, shows for the adults in the community to be involved with. A really nice opportunity that we have is our radio-style shows. Now, these shows are great for people that maybe think they want to be in the theater, but they're not sure. They'd like to try to act, but they don't memorize so good or don't have a lot of time to rehearse. And what these radio shows do is it's just like the old-fashioned radio days. You stand up with your script in front of a microphone, and you read out using interpretive voices, funny voices or whatever, and you perform the show that way. So it's a great opportunity for people that are just getting started out.
So as Linda was saying, there really is something for everyone. There's
Absolutely.
senior programming when you can go to them. There's children workshops for the 6 to 14, middle school workshops, adult, beginner classes.
Yeah, it's great. And then other shows that we offer, are like musicals, so if you like to sing and dance, our next show coming up is a musical, in fact. And then we do comedies and dramas as well. And so there's a little something for everyone, not only to perform in, but also to come and see. And just in case you don't know where we are, and it's 210 South Water Street in the market. If you don't have a chance to get there, we're also doing things in the community. As Linda mentioned earlier, we do an annual show at the Octagon House, and that's always the weekend after Thanksgiving. So you can come and see us in the community at the Octagon House. And just recently, the last 2 years, we've performed at Pumpkin Palooza as living statues, which is another fun thing. People can walk around, and we end up telling a little story between all the different peoples there. So we're out in the community as well.
Okay, so now why don't you tell us about some of the shows you have coming up?
Sure. For the rest of our 23-24 season, our shows are going to be Don't Hug Me, I'm Pregnant, which is a musical comedy, and then followed by Fox on the Fairway, which is kind of a golf theme, not quite Caddyshack, but frolicking and fun in it as well. And then our last show of this season is going to be Shadowlands. And Shadowlands is kind of a special show for us. It tells the story of C.S. Lewis, who wrote the Tales of Narnia, and his wife. And sadly, his wife got cancer and died. And it shows how the family kind of coped with that situation. The Watertown Players Community Theater is using this as an opportunity to help raise money for cancer research. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a portion of the ticket sales and we'll be donating that for cancer research.
That's fantastic.
And so that's how we end our season.
Yeah.
And our next season coming up is a special one because even though we've been around for 35 years, as Linda mentioned earlier, we are celebrating our 10th anniversary at the market. And we're very excited about that. Plans are in the works right now, but we are excited to have maybe some old favorites resurrected, maybe some new things. I heard talk at the last meeting of the board that we might try to include names of plays or plays that have the number 10 in them.
Oh, yeah, that would be
so
good.
it will be fun. So there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to at our space in the market. It's a wonderful anniversary. I can't believe that 10 years has passed already. It's just very exciting, and I certainly invite the folks that watch Chamber Chat to come and check us out. It's a very small, it's only 80 seats. So it's a little intimate theater. It kind of almost feels
show
like
all to yourself.
Exactly, exactly.
Show all to yourself.
You bet. Yeah, it's like a private showing.
Right.
So yeah, I look forward to seeing some new folks and seeing old friends come back to see us. You bet.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for telling me about that. If you have never been to a show at the Watertown Players Community Theater, please make sure you check them out at the market. Check out all of their next shows for the remainder of the 23-24 season, and then look forward to their 10th anniversary showings at the market for their 24-25 season.
Yes. Yes.
And that'll be so wonderful. Yeah.
We're very excited for it, to be sure.
Thank you for coming and talking to me today.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.